Well guys, I've just been given a laser engraver, Cohesion 3D, not sure if that's the make or not. Looking on YouTube, I think this is commonly known as the K40. I believe it's no good for engraving steel, but I think it's okay for wood. The chap that kindly gave it to me has had a few upgrades put in. I believe it's had a new motherboard and some upgraded mirrors. I've watched one or two videos on YouTube, there's no shortage of them. I've watched one or two videos, nothing too complicated, and I've not had a play with it yet. So I've got some water for the coolant system, and I'm going to put the exhaust pipe for the air assist out through one of the Velux windows. So I'm next couple of days I'm going to try and fire it up and give it a try, see what we can do with it. Not bad for a freebie.
Okay, Venus?
Okay, Steve.
Right. Let's go.
I wish I was a spaceman, the fastest guy alive. I'd fly you around the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes, we'd take the path to Jupiter and maybe very soon we'd cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust, we'll zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball, 'cause you would be my Venus of the stars.
Well, it's been 72 hours now since I cast this first resin, and I've struggled slightly taking out of the plastic mould, but it's come out in one piece. You're still able to put your fingernail into it. On the instructions it says it can take up to 7 days to fully cure, but it's had 72 hours now. And looking at it, I put the metallic blue in first of all, and then I put some dry powder, the grey silver dry powder, and mixed that in with the swirls. Some of it has stayed on the surface, but if you look along the side, it looks like there's possibly 2-3 millimeters of clear resin. So I think a lot of the mica powder has sunk to the bottom, and if you look at the bottom you can see the grey, the silver grey is much more visible on the bottom than it is on the top. But I'm going to try and cut it with a bandsaw. I think it's hard enough now to cut with a bandsaw. I'm just interested to see what a cross cut will reveal. I don't think I'll see too much because you need to polish it up before the different colours start to show through, but I'm just going to cut a cross section through the centre. Yeah, it doesn't reveal too much, guys, with being a matte finish, but I can see some swirls and different colorations in it, so I think once it's polished up it'll give me the effect that I was looking for. I'm going to cut these two pieces into 4 squares. I've lost a bit on the edge on the mould. That's why I've just been making that square edge mould. It's expensive stuff, resin, so if I can save that rounded corner off, I might get a bit more out of each pore. I'm not going to attempt to try and polish this up until it's had a good 7 days to cure. I think with it still being soft, yeah, you can just about put your fingernail into it. With it still being soft, I don't think you're going to get a high polish on it, so I'm just going to leave that now for another 4 days, and then I'll attempt to polish them up. Well guys, I'm going to mix some more resin. This time I'm not going to use the mica powder. I'm just going to mix a clear resin, and then I've got some aluminium chips that I've just taken off the lathe. These have come off when I've been cutting the taper on the separator for the dust extractor, and they're only very tiny ones, and the idea is not to put too much of these in. I don't want to actually make it opaque with the chips. I want to very few chips in and mostly clear resin, so let's give this a try.
I wish I was a spaceman, the fastest guy alive. I'd fly you around the universe universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes, we'd take the path to Jupiter and maybe very soon we'd cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust, we'll zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball.